Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Ooni of Ife is rumored to have wept so badly. My mother would shake in her grave. Who is this person? Who could have done this? Chai! Chai! Arrow! Arrow! Hey! God! Daylight, let's sit and reason together because this matter is beyond ordinary. A great deception has occurred, one that has sent shockwave through Ile-Ife and left the Ooni of Ife, in tears. This is not a small something, no. This is a spiritual earthquake, and if nothing is done, the consequence could be unbearable for, everybody. And so that was why, the other time when I talked about this, I said that, look, Ooni of Ife himself, when we are talking, everything is all about his wives, our beautiful baby girl, Olorinami, and the Ooni of Ife. If you know the things they fight, the battle that this man goes through on a daily basis, that position is a very, very serious position. It's one of the biggest positions for the Yoruba people. And as you know, people have enemies, okay? Even an Agidi seller has enemy, not to talk of Kabiyesi. They said that if you know the kind of battle that Kabiyesi faces every day, that people do not even know about, it will never even come on social media. Just the small ones that we hear there, here and there, we see the man faces battle, so much battle. How can the most sacred crown in Yoruba land be exchanged right under the nose of the palace? Who has the audacity, the knowledge, and the dark courage to steal the Are crown? The very symbol of the Oni spiritual power. Who is that person that could have done that? And now the Oni himself has, is rumored to have cried out. They said, my mother will shake in her grave. What does this mean? Why is the Oni and his family deeply troubled? What are the spiritual implications of this great deception? Let's go deep into it. Seriously, Daylight, before we go further, let us remind ourselves that the Are crown is not an ordinary crown. It is not a crown where a thief will come and thief. It is not a crown where a woman will carry and put inside their handbag. It is a crown that anybody who can even have the audacity to go close to is somebody that has the knowledge of spiritual matters, okay? It is not just a royal regalia. It is a spiritual relic. It carries the essence of the power and the divine authority of Oduduwa himself and the father of the Yoruba race. This is the crown that connects the Ooni of Ife to the deity, the ancestors, and the cosmic forces that sustain Yoruba land. Without the true Are crown, the Ooni is like a general without his sword, a priest without his sacred staff, a river without water. The moment the wrong crown was placed on his head, disorder entered the land. Now, tell me, who would dare to tamper with such a thing? Who would attempt to distort the divine balance of the Ooni of Ife's throne, who does not have that authority, who does not know how to carry that? You think that the crown is something that you carry like a cup of tea? It is something that, in fact, if you don't have balls, you cannot go close to it. So it has to be people. In fact, I don't even want to begin to preempt. Now, why the Oni and his family are so worried, as we are hearing, they said the lineage of the Oni is under attack, and that is what it means, okay? If you have been following the trend of events, you know about these rolling houses in Ile-Ife. You know that it will take forever before it gets to a particular lineage. It means a lot. Now, when the Oni cried, my mother would turn in her grave. He was speaking from the depth of ancestral pain. The Oni does not sit on that throne as a king. He sits as a representative of Oduduwa and the spirit of all the past Onis. For such an abomination to happen under his reign means that his entire lineage is being challenged spiritually. It is not just about him. It's about the long line of Onis who have come before him and the future ones to come. If this matter is not corrected, the entire spiritual destiny of his bloodline could be in danger. This is why he and his family are deeply troubled. Okay? Now, it is also believed that the throne is under very serious siege. Okay, the throne of the Ooni of Ife is not just a throne of political power. It is a spiritual mantle. The moment the wrong crown was placed on his head, the Oni spiritual authority was weakened. And if the Oni's power is weakened, do you know what happens? The land becomes vulnerable to cures. The protection of the ancestor is shaken. The gods may withdraw their blessing from the kingdom. The enemies of the land may find an opportunity to strike. You think it's because we are living in a modern world now? Those days, something like this, they are your empire. All of these people that would you have given them fried rice to eat. They will enter and invade and do and undo. Okay. In ancient times, if a king sat on the throne without the correct spiritual fortification, he could bring, plagues, war, or famine upon the land. The elders know this. The Ifa priests know this. This is why the entire palace is in panic. Okay. Now, talking about the powerful spiritual conspiracy at play. Listen carefully, Daylight. This is not an ordinary theft. This is not just a matter of someone sneaking into a room and taking the crown. No. Whoever did this, like I said earlier, understands deep spiritual secret. This person, knew when to strike, how to manipulate the energy surrounding the array crown, what effect the fake crown would have on the Ooni of Ife, the great Oba Adeyeye, the Arole Oduduwa, okay? For the Oni to stumble inside the Oshun shrine means that this was a well-planned spiritual attack. Someone somewhere wants to control the spiritual destiny of Ile-Ife. Who could this be? A palace insider, a rival spiritual force, a hidden enemy of the throne? Who could this really be? This is a question that a lot of people are asking. Now, the gods must be appeased urgently. They say urgent cleansing is needed. Now that the Oni has realized that he wore a fake crown, there is only one thing left to do. Spiritual cleansing must take place immediately. They say the palace must be purified, the array crown must be found, cleansed, and restored. The Ifa diviners must reveal the identity of the conspirators. The Oni must undergo intense spiritual fortification to restore his full power. Okay, have you seen that this is not a small something? Then, Lara, now that you know that you know what is at stake, let me ask you, who do you think is behind the greatest deception in Ile-Ife? Do you think it's an insider within the palace who seek to control the Oni? Do you think it's a powerful external enemy who wants to weaken the spiritual authority of the Yoruba race? Do you think someone who has access to the deep secret of the array crown and wants to manipulate its power for their own gains? What do you think? Now, the Oni and his family have every right to be worried. This is a spiritual insult to the throne, and it cannot go unanswered. The elders must rise, the ancestors must be called upon, the Ifa priest must reveal the truth, the real array crown must be restored immediately, and that is where Iyanifa is coming in right now. They say if this is done, the consequence could extend beyond Ile-Ife. Sorry, if this is not done. And they said it could shake the very foundation of the Yoruba land. Delarai, this is not the time to be silent. What do you think should be done? Honestly, why are people like this? Kabiyesi is a very good man. He's there, creating businesses left, right, and center to benefit everybody. Ile-Ife is one of those Yoruba land where you have more young people working than other Yoruba land, all because of this same man, Kabiyesi. And can they allow him rest now? And right now, fingers have been pointed towards the women. Like I told you, the crown is not something a woman can carry. You cannot carry it. If that thing Ooni of Ife was wearing that day, and he was walking like that is a crown, you think that any woman will have the audacity to go and touch that thing? Women that can fear me, the way I go run, my leg go reach for my shoulder. Seriously. So who is doing this? They said it is what they are about to find out. And the great thing is that Ile-Ife is in Nigeria. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumors, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.